Shark Week, you drink every time you hear an Australian or a British or South African accent, and you drink every time you see a person in a cage, and you drink every time you see a surfboard, and you drink for every shark attack survivor, you drink 1 shot for every 5 stitches they got, and so on and so forth. So the idea of the shark attack drinking game is you're going to be shit-faced in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Along
it's kind of like the Big Lebowski drinking game?
Something like that. You
drink when he drinks?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I was thinking along those lines, we would have a drinking game where every time Miles says something ironic or sarcastic, you take a drink.
Oh boy.
And
have fun, guys.
And every time I say something about...
This is you're not going to get drunk at all tonight. Oh, damn!
Damn! Already happening. So I was thinking every time I say something about oppressive power structures, say something bad about the police, or say something bad about the government, you take a drink.
Wow.
So yeah, hopefully we'll make it through like 15 minutes of this show before everyone is too drunk to listen.
Okay. All right.
No promises, but that's what we're going for. So, we're
not playing, are we? We don't have to play this game in the booth here?
I mean, we're taking shots of water just out of solidarity with our listeners,
of course.
and our audience. I meant to bring some shot glasses from my house. I actually had them sitting next to my computer as I was doing the research for tonight's show, but somehow I forgot them. I don't know how. Anyway,
I think we'll be okay with water bottles.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. So tonight we're going to be talking about 2 sort of different aspects of drinking. One is all about drinking as it applies, legal shit that applies to people who are drinking, who are college kids on campus here.
Okay.
So specifically being drunk on campus, being a college student, getting drunk and flag, and just sort of drinking shit that we all need to know because we're all drunk college kids.
Right.
And the second thing is legal shit that applies to you when you're out getting drunk and doing stupid shit. What are going to be the ramifications of you being a drunk dumbass doing all your stupid shit? we should at least talk about this just for...
I mean, all the ramifications?
Well...
Because there will be many.
I mean, specifically focusing on legal stuff. This is the Late Night Law Review.
Right.
We're looking at like local and state laws that apply to the stupid shit you're going to do when you're drunk.
Got it.
Not all the stupid shit, because some people do some really stupid shit.
Yes. Yes, they do.
But just sort of general things that came to my mind when I was looking into it.
And of course, this is something that all y'all are going to want to keep in mind around Saturday morning time.
Yeah, it's going to be really important stuff. I have a really good intro thing here somewhere on my computer to get us.
See, I think people should have to take a shot when you do this.
Yeah, when I stumble and mumble and sort of look for the thing.
When you look for what you need on your computer.
I don't know what's going on here. Well, I mean, it happens often enough that maybe that should be part of the drinking game.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like what? You never criticize the government or talk shit about the Supreme Court, the power structure. Yeah. Wow, and I just did it again. Drink, guys.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yeah, guess what, guys? There we are. We're. Whoa, man! How many is that so far? I think that's
already 2.
I think that's 2 so far. So here's a little thing to listen to. Think about.
Is doing a horrible job. That's an indisputable fact at this point. They let the government shut down before doing their primary job of passing spending legislation. And instead of solving problems, they make commercials about how the other party has worse solutions than they do. Their pockets are lined with dirty money. They represent the corporations that give them that money over their constituents. They act like big babies who are embarrassing every single American at this point. I think it's safe to say that their approval rating is hovering right around 0%. But if we protest, we get locked up or tased and thrown on an NSA watch list. Submitting a petition to the White House is a joke. We can make all the clever, snarky remarks we want to on Twitter, but a lot of Congress members are too busy eating foie gras with hookers in expensive hotel rooms to bother reading those. So, how are we Americans supposed to let Congress know just how fed up we are? A progressive digital marketing group called Revolution Messaging has come up with a creative way for us to do just that. They've created Drunk Dial Congress, a service that allows you to enter your telephone number on a website and get connected to a random lawmaker's office to air your grievances. And the service encourages you to do so while drunk. So you pound a few drinks, enter your phone number, and the service will call you and connect you to any one of our congresspeople. Brilliant! The website links to articles on the shutdown and suggests talking points that include, you had one job to do and you failed. Why don't you make yourself useful and at least mow the lawn? You jerks are costing the country $12 million per hour. And if you get to yell at a park ranger after forcing the government to shut down, then I get to yell at you. The site also includes drink recipes like the Southern Congressman, the Sleepy Senator, and the Bad Representative. This is a ridiculous approach, and I firmly support it. Congress continuously writes laws protecting their idiotic behavior and decimating our constitutional rights. And nothing we do seems to get through to them. So maybe it's time for us to treat them as childishly as they are behaving.
That's right, everyone. I highly recommend the Drunk Dial Congress app. It's at drunkdialcongress.org, and
I'm with it.
And yeah, it's loads of fun. You get drunk. They automatically dial the congressional switchboard, and you leave your drunk dial message on their voicemail. So yeah, I think that might be sort of a positive way to go with the getting shit-faced this weekend.
Yeah, if you want to do the most social good while you're shit-faced.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to go.
Yeah.
That's a good place to start.
And it's loads of fun, too.
This is true.
So,
I want to do that.
as we promised, we will be talking... Let's talk a little bit about sort of alcohol laws on campus.
Okay.
So larger sort of the meta area is Flagstaff, right? So we live in Flagstaff. The city of Flagstaff has 0 public intoxication ordinances. There is no rule at all whatsoever limiting your ability to be drunk in wherever in Flagstaff. You can just wander around drunk as much as you want. I mean, obviously there's sort of laws sort of dealing with I don't know, driving cars or the things that you do when you're drunk. But just being drunk is not a crime in Flagstaff.
Okay.
That's not true in Scottsdale or Chandler or a number of other cities where if you just look like you're drunk, you can get a ticket. Flagstaff, not that way, which I think is part of the reason why we have this 6:30 a.m. drunken festivities all over downtown. Because we can get as shit-faced as we want and do whatever we want as long as, well, more or less.
Cops can't do shit. Cops
can't do shit legally just if you're just drunk. They have to come up with some other stuff. There are other things they can come up with. So focusing our field a little closer down here on campus.
Yeah.
The only rules I could find on being drunk on campus says that if you're under 21, you cannot possess alcohol at all. And if you're over 21 and you don't live in one of the 9 substance-free dorms, if you live in one of the 4 not substance-free dorms, if you're over 21, you can drink as much as you want in your own room as long as you're only drinking with people that are of age.
Okay. Well, that seems fair-ish.
Yeah, I mean, that's reasonable, right? I mean, you're paying for that dorm room. It's your home. And so if you're 21, there's no reason why you shouldn't be getting drunk in your room.
If you're 21 and all your friends are 21, you and all your 21-year-old friends can have some drinks in your dorm room, provided it's not one of the stupid drug-free ones or whatever.
Right. And that's totally reasonable. Other than that,
dorms.
Drinking on campus in any other public place is against the law, and more importantly, it's against the student code of conduct, which in theory could get you kicked out of school and make you ineligible for getting a degree from the school ever. I don't think it would come to that. I think they would likely send you to some sort of counseling and put you on some sort of probation. But technically, they could kick you out of the school if you drink anywhere else on campus. However, as far as I can tell, there is 0 on the books about being drunk on campus, which is to say, if you are not on campus and you get totally trashed, you can come to class as long as you aren't disturbing shit or being crazy. No big deal, no matter how much you've had to drink.
Before you arrive on campus.
Before you arrive on campus.
Okay. Well, that would explain some behavior of my classmates.
Once you're on, yeah, and maybe some of your professors as well.
Very true.
Once you're on campus, you have to stop drinking. Unless you're 21 and you have a dorm room you can go to.
Right.
So that's, as I understand it, that is the full extent of the NAU alcohol policy. They do have a good deal of sort of things out there for folks who feel like alcohol might be a problem that they're having. The counseling, as I said, they have alcohol counseling, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Just come into the HLC and ask for counselors, and they'll help you out. And that's a totally free service for students.
Okay. I mean, that seems relatively fair for any. Doesn't seem as draconian as I might have not have been surprised if it was.
Yeah,
that
right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, conversely, if you have medical marijuana and you like really severely need to smoke weed to have like an appetite, or to be able to, if you need weed to live, you're shit out of luck. You cannot possess it on campus no matter what, medical card or no. You're just too bad.
Right. Because that shit is illegal.
Yeah, that shit is no good. Alcohol, however, the stuff that causes all of the deaths and all of the cars and things,
yeah.
and, the poisoning and, all the crazy fights and all this, that stuff's okay because it's alcohol.
Drink, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
that goes for us too. Come on now, we're drinking our water.
Oh, yep, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, time for another shot.
You said something about the system.
Yeah, so I mean, not to say that there are sort of injustices built into the system wherein the people who can purchase taxed goods are privileged over the people who have to grow their own medicine.
You feel like you have to, since we're doing the drink thing, now you have to go just like full out, okay, now let's really explain what's going on.
Well, I mean, that's just one aspect of it, I guess.
Yeah, no.
Yes, so there's that.
It's pretty messed up, though, that alcohol is legal and weed is not.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, totally fucked up.
Yeah.
So on campus here, if you disrupt shit, or if you get in the way, or if you interfere with like the normal operating of shit, you can get kicked out of school. You can lose your ability to like go to the school. You can lose your ability to to ever graduate from the school. You go through all sorts of bad shit.
Potentially. Yeah.
Potentially. But as a student, it's not likely to become a criminal thing. It's most likely going to be an academic thing.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it is with most infractions that you can commit on campus. It's largely dealt with on campus because we're like a protected class of citizens. Like we're above the law in a way.
Okay.
While we're on campus.
So if you're under 21,
that's a cue to drink again.
Fair enough. Get the water bottle. There we go. Cheers. Now, if you're under 21 and you get caught on campus with alcohol, which is that a felony? No, it's
a misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor, yeah. Okay. But that doesn't go on your criminal record as a misdemeanor, even though you're under 21.
Potentially.
Okay.
It's not likely. No. As a sort of a parallel in my understanding of the legal system, I myself was once caught shoplifting textbooks from a university bookstore, and being caught committing a fairly minor crime of approximately $150 that I didn't think the bookstore really deserved, worth of knowledge that I thought I really needed, and rather than being dealt with in a criminal case, I actually was sent to the court, to the county court, and then from the county courthouse I was sent back to the school. The school dealt with it and then dropped the charges, so the court records those charges as not existent. Like I was arrested on it, but the charges never meant anything. Is sort of if you looked at the record, that's what it would say. So there would be an arrest record. I mean, there was an arrest record for me in that case, but there was no official charges, no trial, no guilty or not guilty. The charges disappeared from the legal system.
All right.
And as I understand it, NAU has a similar situation here with the Coconino County Superior Court, which is the first court of record in the state. So as I understand it, pretty much anything fairly minor you do, pretty much anything fairly minor that you do on campus, I mean, if you start shooting people, you're probably going to go to jail.
Yeah, don't do that, by the way.
Yeah, as a general rule, don't do that.
As a kindness to the rest of us, please don't start a shooting spree. Idiot.
There are a whole slew of things that would totally go wrong.
I know you're listening because you're hoping we'll bail you out of jail, give you the information to get out of that murder charge. We won't.
No, there is no out of that.
Yeah.
But, you know, fairly minor stuff, shoplifting, graffiti.
Sure.
I don't know, drinking on campus, smoking a joint, that sort of thing. You're probably not going to face, like, real criminal charges. It's going to be dealt with on campus by the campus administration. But when you're off campus, there are a number of things that you can be caught with, and as everybody knows, maybe some people don't know, but the police exist, especially in these hard economic times. The police exist largely as a revenue source for the state, and in this case, the city of Flagstaff has their police force out there to take as much money from the citizens as they can, without going overboard, without creating riots in the streets. But they're out there to make money, and college kids have shit tons of money. So
yeah, we do.
So they're going to try and target us.
Most of it's not ours, but
right. I mean, none of it's ours, but we have access to large amounts of money, and so they're going to get us for whatever they can. Some fun ones are unlawful assembly, which is any group of 2 or more people that are gathered together for no good reason.
What?
Yeah, that's sort of it. 2 or more people gathered together, and
for no good reason. What is a good reason?
I don't know what a good reason is. They suggest a number of not good reasons. But basically, two or more people gathered together who don't have a strong argument for why they're in this public place together can be ordered by a pig to disperse.
Oh, that doesn't seem at all fascist.
No, not at all. No, not fascist at all.
Oh, God, we have to drink twice now.
That's 2.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. So,
cheers.
So if you and a couple of buddies are hanging out and you're just drunk and you're just like chilling out, and you feel like you're just doing your thing, and a cop comes and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" You're like, "Hey, we're hanging out, we're talking." They're like, "No, you are creating a disturbance, and you are an unlawful assembly. You better leave right now." And if you're like, "No, fuck you, pig," oh shit, that. Well, I mean, okay, so don't say "no, fuck you, pig."
Yeah,
I mean,
we've already told you what to say.
I mean, I'm okay with you saying "no, fuck you, pig," but it's not good legal advice.
Right. It's not sound.
Yes. But so if you're like, "Hey, you know what? We're just standing here doing our thing on the sidewalk. You can't fuck with us." What? Mm-hmm. That becomes unlawful assembly, and it's a misdemeanor. It's a fairly minor crime. It's a fine, like $500 for everybody involved. But I mean, it's
not necessarily. I mean, that's not minor money.
I mean, you'll probably get it like taken down to like 2 hours community service. You're a college kid. You're okay. But really. That is one thing that you can get charged with if you're hanging out with at least another person and you don't have like a really good excuse for being wherever you are, whether it's a vacant lot or a sidewalk or pretty much wherever. So unlawful assembly is one thing. If the pigs tell you you have to break it up, technically you have to break it up and go somewhere else. Like I said, there is no like public intoxication law. So if you're like stumbling and like mumbling and like out of it, that's
stumbling, mumbling.
I mean, that's how I am when I'm drunk. They can't arrest you for those activities, but they can arrest you for standing around. Other than that, there is creating disturbances. You can be making too much noise, those sorts of things. Because when you're drunk, you don't notice how loud you're talking. I notice you may or may not have been adjusting the volume on my microphone a couple of times here so far. Because people tend to ramble a little louder than usual when they're intoxicated in any way.
Right.
So those sorts of things can also turn into misdemeanor charges, but not likely to be a huge deal.
I'm actually pretty okay with your levels right now. You should get drunk more often before the show.
No comment on the drunkenness before the show.
I'm just kidding. We're drinking water, guys.
Drinking water.
Yeah.
As always, I never prepare for this thing over at Mia's. It's never happened, and it will never happen. Oh shit, was that ironic? Oh no, it's only if you
It's
do
only
it.
me.
It's
Yeah,
only if
I
you're
have to do that
sarcastic.
one. Right.
So
stay your shots for now, gentlemen and ladies.
yeah, no shots yet.
Not that we endorse you drinking.
Right.
Actually, wait. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to drink,
If you're over 21.
if you're over 21, I enjoy it. So as Gandhi said, I can't tell you not to do something I haven't given up myself.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not equating myself with Gandhi in any way here.
I have I have mixed feelings. I have as much as my relationship with tequila is wonderful and is an undying love. I don't know. My relationship to the issue of drinking in general tends to be up and down. You know, sometimes I'm like, man, this is stupid. I should go do other drugs.
Well, I mean, since we had other drugs last show,
yeah.
let's keep with drinking. Got a little song here for all the listeners to sort of get into the spirit of things. Let's see here. I hope I queued this up at the right part. And then.
Shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4. Take that